So Chrono Odyssey, a brand new MMORPG releasing this year, just had their developer interview about 10 days ago, and that was the first time we actually saw like a ton of gameplay for this game related to the core features and systems that they're actually going to have in this game. So I wanted to make a quick video, go over some things that I thought were important during that interview and give you a better idea to form an opinion on whether this game is going to be something that you're looking forward to this year, or maybe just skip this and wait for Ashes of Creation or Blue Protocol or the plethora of other MMORPGs that will be releasing at some point, maybe this year, maybe next year. Hopping right into it, their vision behind the game seems to be that of making the journey fun and engaging you from start to finish. So they don't want you to just have to rush to max level to engage with the more enjoyable content. They actually want you to progress your character in a meaningful way, and all of the activities that you're engaging in will contribute to the progression of your character. The world is named Satira. The atmosphere is that of like this cosmic horror meets fantasy. It's realistic, but it's also like really gritty and dark. There are fantasy elements. I draw parallels to worlds like Destiny, Path of Exile, Diablo franchise. They said that they drew inspiration from Prometheus, and that's pretty evident in the footage that they show throughout the rest of the interview. The game engine is also Unreal Engine 5. Hopefully optimization isn't really something that we have to worry about, but we'll kind of see how they implement Unreal Engine 5 to realize their vision. For PvE content, they did mention Chrono Gates, Trials, and this is all single player content. Party-based stuff was going to be expeditions, region bosses, and then goal-oriented PvE content were bounties. So I related this to New World and how the bounty system kind of gives you some sort of an objective to go out into the world, accomplish a task, and then get rewards, whether that's to help a settlement, help an NPC. They did say that all of the systems within this game are going to tie into a greater picture, and so maybe they will be more meaningful than just giving you loot to progress your character. Not really sure, but that is something that they mentioned throughout this interview. Crafting and enhancing is also a core system. There's going to be combat ways of gathering your enhancement resources, boss battles, dungeons, and non-combat ways is just engaging with the life skills, so going out and actually gathering the resources yourself. There was something pretty important that they mentioned around resource gathering and just engaging in the life skills, and that was that you could reach max level just being a life skiller, which I think is super important, not just for player diversity, but also for player retention. Having a variety of ways to progress your character instead of being stuck in a combat-centric grind, I think is a great direction for any new MMORPG, not just Chrono Odyssey, that will be coming out. In terms of combat, they also talked about this being an action combat game, deriving a lot of influence from the Souls games. Combat is intentional. It is a little bit fast-paced, but it's also strategic. Your cooldowns are not going to be enough to sustain you if you're just using one weapon, and weapon swapping was something that they talked about being a core feature. They want you to swap weapons. They want you to experiment with lots of different weapons. Each class has about 2 to 3 weapons that they can equip. There are supposed to be 6 classes. They didn't go into all of the different classes in this interview, but if you look on Reddit, you can find some information about all of the different classes that are being offered or that we know about so far. For closed beta goals, they mentioned that it's not going to be polished, right? They want more feedback around multiplayer experiences, so make sure you're taking part in the expedition dungeons, maybe in the region bosses if they have any of those available. They also said that they are working on content density. I'm not sure how much content they will have available for the closed beta, but they are working on content density. For the future, they also spoke about some expansions, new regions that they want to add into the game. All of this should be themed around time and space, so following the theme, kind of the foundation of the game. They also talked about making some optimizations to the portals or the chrono gates that you're using to interact with the world. Instead of these being something that you're interacting with static in the environment, they want you to move freely through the different timelines seamlessly throughout the world. I'm not sure how this will be implemented, but it was a key thing that they mentioned for the future of the game. So that was a lot of information going into this closed beta. Hopefully, we see a lot of the features that they mentioned during the developer interview implemented in this closed beta. I know I'm excited, it's right around the corner. If there was something else that I should have added to this video to better help you make a decision, or maybe you heard something that threw up some red flags, please leave that down in the comments, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.